Hey Stampers, it's Madeline from stampwithmadeline.com, and I just got my brand new paper pumpkin kit and I'm so excited to share it with you. This is the kit that matches with next month's kit, and they just released great news that if you subscribe, if you miss this subscription, you can subscribe to the November one by November 10th, and you can buy this one. That way you can still get both of them. So you can buy the entire kit you're going to see tonight with the stamps and the ink right on the store. So I will post a link down below to my Paper Pumpkin store, and that way you can subscribe to the November 10th Paper Pumpkin and also buy this one. That way you'll have both, and believe me, you do not want to miss it. So this pretty box that I am just in love with, it's called Pining for Plaid, the October 2017 box. We are going to pop this open and see everything inside. Alright, so even the inside of this box is super cute. So we have our stamps. Have a joyful Christmas and New Year. Season's greetings. Happiest of holidays to you. Give things of joy. Or glad tidings of joy. We have cute little snowflakes. I can't wait to start working with this. And already I can feel like I want to use embossing on these sentiments just because they're so pretty. They would look great in the gold and silver embossing powder. We got a cherry cobbler stamping spot. I love this color. Perfect for the holidays. And we got this gorgeous set, Pining for Plaid, that is shaker cards. I can't wait. So as you can tell, we're going to get some paper, it looks like, that has that plaid on it, and the envelopes have the matching plaid inside. So let's open this up and get a feel for what's inside. Paper Pumpkin is always a surprise. Every month it's a different surprise, but I am always loving it. It is such a great kit that has so much fun stuff in it. Okay, so we got these really thick pads of foam that we're going to use for the shaker card to make it pop off of the paper in order to put those sequins in for the shaker card. So everything will make sense when we start working with them. We got some really pretty colors of sequins. We got some star sequins even. Lots of different papers. So these have some snowflakes on them. We have these nice trees that look very familiar. So this looks like the card front framelits, the card front builder framelits. Those trees look like it. Okay, and then these look like our shaker card starter page. So it has everything, the thing I love about Paper Pumpkin that I always say, everything is done for you basically. All the cutouts, everything. You just get to put this beautiful masterpiece together. We got lots of clear view fronts. Some banners already punched out for us, just waiting for us to use. And then we got some more of the fronts, it looks like, for our shaker cards, just different sizes. We have some gold banners. Man, look how pretty those are. And then here are our envelopes. Let's get these out here, which have that nice plaid in the inside. Love that. And then we have our card bases that are all these really nice plaid. I love it. How pretty. Okay, so there is enough materials to make lots of different cards. We also got some glue dots for the adhesive. You can make 10 cards with this kit, but there is always an extra surplus of supplies at the end, and you also have the stamp spot, the stamping spot, and also the stamp set that you get to use forever, which I love. Okay, so in this are the instructions for how to make a shaker card. So it will guide you step by step on how to make them. It also has a ruler on the bottom here if you need it, which I love. And everything is pretty easy to follow, which I really like. I'll be demonstrating how to make the actual cards that came with the kit with the instructions, but I'm also going to show you some alternatives that you can make right in this video. So stay tuned. Okay, so these are the cards that come with the kit. So they're shaker cards, and they have the cute little sentiment in the inside, and then we put 3 different kinds of sequins inside of the card. So this one is the ornament, and this one has the trees, and then we put a little banner on it. So first we're going to go through and make these cards, and I'll show you exactly how to make them. I also made one that was very similar to it that I just want to show you. We're not going to make this one just because it is very similar to everything else we'll be making. But with the ornament one, I put the trees in the background instead of just the snowflakes on this one, which has plain, and then you put the sentiment. I put the trees and then had the little sentiment on the bottom. And I liked it because it looked more like a snow globe a little bit. So that one was very cute, but we're going to go with the examples that came with the box. Another tip I'm going to give you that I did with all of these is I cut all of these cards in half because if you have plain white cardstock, you can then attach this to the plain white cardstock, and that way you get a lot more of this paper. So let's see, I'm pretty sure there are 10 of these cards, so you could cut these in half and really make 20 different cards. So that would be the first thing that I would do if I was you. Okay, so we're going to take some pieces that I've already cut in half, and we're going to make this card, both of these cards. So the first step is to take out one of the snowflakes, and we're going to stamp it. So get out your piercing pad if you have one. This is very important because the paper pumpkin stamps are photopolymer stamps. Alright, so we're going to focus on this card right now. So I have my piercing pad out. I have my big cherry cobbler. You can use your spot. It's just much easier for me to use the bigger pad, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use the sentiment, have a joyful Christmas and New Year. I'm just going to tap, tap, tap on this and get it nice and inked. And then just center it on this. Stamp right in the center. Lift up. There we go. Alright, so next we are going to take one of the ornaments. We pop out the little circle. The first thing you want to do is you want to put adhesive around this. So you can use the glue dots that came with this box or any adhesive that you have. And I would put 4 little spots of adhesive on every part of this circle. We're going to be putting the clear sheet over this, so you want it to be nice and adhesive down. There are 2 sides of the glass sheets in this, so you want to make sure that for the ornament you're using the smaller one. Make sure it's nice and down. You want to take one of the big circles that came in your kit and just take out the smallest circle here. You may have to cut off a little extra, I've been noticing. So you just want to start around this circle, go a little bit farther out than the circle. That way you won't have any extra. If you go right along the circle, you will have some extra of that tape hanging out. Okay, so now that that's done, I've removed the paper on top of it. You're going to take each of your sequin bags and just take a pinch and put them into the center there. So you have 3 different colors and designs. Just put a bunch in there. Okay, now we're going to take that piece of paper that we stamped and we're going to center it on here. Press it down. And there we go. So there is our shaker card. They do get stuck around, but that's okay. So we can see our sentiment in there. Super cute and easy. Now we're going to take that same circle, and there are these 4 strips in here. Those are what is going to attach this to our card base. So take these strips and just lay them out in important places on the card. That way it'll stick to our backing that we're going to do. So I think that's enough, just putting a few around. You can also put some adhesive on this part, just so that it doesn't pop up, you want to remove the paper backings on these. There we go. And then you want to take one of those plaids that we've cut in half and place it right in the center on here. And there we go. And then you could put this right onto a white Whisper White cardstock that's folded in half. And there we go. So there's the one example that came with the kit. And here is the other one. So for this one, all that we're doing different is a bigger piece of the tape that makes it stand up, so it makes it three-dimensional, and also doing the sentiment on this cute little banner. So let's get started. So you'll need another piece of the plaid cardstock cut in half if you're doing it that way. We're going to need one of the tree little piece of papers. And we're going to need a bigger glass sheet. So those the clear sheets, we're going to need the bigger one. And then you should have some of these papers that have a big circle in it. So we're going to take that out. The first thing we're going to do is put adhesive. Again, same kind of thing. A little bit of adhesive on each side of this circle. There we go. We're going to put that glass sheet down on top of this, just making sure the circle is covered. Get out your circle tape that we've just been working with. Get the biggest one off of here. Place it down on here, just making sure that we're not going to see it through the window. Press down firmly just to make sure that it's on there. And again, same thing, we're putting a bunch of sequins. So just giving a pinch, putting it in there. You could do a bunch of one sequins if you'd wanted to. You don't need to do all three if you don't want to. Okay, once our sequins are in there, we're going to take this sticky part off. Let's put our trees on, so center this on there. Ooh, and that's the thing you got to be careful about. These sequins like to jump. The more you play with it, the more they pop out. So center it on here, the trees. Make sure that all the tape is covered. Don't want those sequins to come out during it. And there we go. So there's that part. You can see the trees through it. We're going to use the straight line tape again. Put one on the top and one on the bottom here. There we go. Take off that paper and attach it to one of the plaid sheets and just center it on here. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take one of these beautiful gold banners and get one of the regular white banners. That's what we're going to stamp on. So there's our white banner. So I am going to stamp Glad Tidings of Joy. So I'm just putting it into the cherry cobbler. I'm going to center it on here. Stamp down. There we go. And then use my adhesive. And again, you can use your glue dots if you want to. Anything that works for you. Just put some adhesive on this. Center it on the gold ribbon. There we go. And then we're going to attach it to our card. So right on here. And you could really pick anywhere you want. Okay, and now we have that. So there is our second example that the kit came with the instructions for. Okay, so now we're going to move on to some alternatives I made. Here is the first one. I loved this one because it's just simple and easy and just very shiny. I like all of the extra gold accents, so we're going to make this one quick. So the first thing we're going to do is take that tree out, and we're going to stamp a sentiment onto it. So we are going to do the Have a Joyful Christmas and New Year stamp. I'm going to use my cherry cobbler pad here, and I'm just going to stamp it like up in the right hand corner here, and it's going to touch a little bit of the tree. There we go. Now I used the glue dots and I put a few around on the tree. So I did 4 of these. So just picking random places. I'm going to use these to attach some of the star sequins, as you can see. And 2 star sequins will make it so that the glue dot will be fully covered. So we're just going to take off the paper part, get out our star sequins, and just start attaching them. You could do 1 on each if you want to, but the 2 I have found works better because then the full glue dot is covered. There we go. So now we have all of that. Now, with the paper pumpkin kits, it's great because everything that you use in the kit, everything that comes in the kit, you can reuse. So something like this that you would throw out, this is the ornament that's popped out. So if you look at the ornament paper, it has this circle that gets punched out, and you could just toss that. But I like adding these things and showing that you can use every part of the kit. So I'm going to put adhesive on the parts of this that have the lines. So it has these like raised up lines. I'm going to put adhesive on that. And I'm going to attach this behind this part of the card, the square, just until the gold is hanging out. And I just love that little accent. We're going to take one of the gold ribbons here, and I want to make little like photo corners to accent the sides here. So I'm just taking this ribbon and cutting it down. So I'm just making corners out of this that we're going to attach. So there's one, and then I use the other side. There we go. Okay, so you could do it for all 4 corners if you want, but I'm just going to do it on 2 of them. I'm going to use my glue dots to attach these down. So just putting 1 glue dot on each of these is quite enough. There we go. 1 more. And then all of this is going to get attached to a plaid sheet. So it's pretty simple to do, and it gives you lots of gold accents, which I love. There we go. So then this will get attached to a card base. So put adhesive all along the back here. And you could even raise this up. So you could put some of those, the foam tape onto the back of this, so then it would be pushed up a little bit. It's totally up to you. Okay, so I'm going to center this on there and then just push down. And there we go. So there's a quick and easy front of a card that's an alternative to for this kit, and I just love it. Okay, so there is one. The other alternative that I did is very similar to the card that we made, but I just changed it up a tiny bit. Can you notice what I changed? Instead of the tree, this is the bigger circle, so the trees are supposed to be with the bigger circle, but I used the plain white with the snowflakes on it that's actually for the ornament, and I really liked it a lot. And I put on this whole base a little bit crooked and put the little banner down here, and I really like how it turned out. So we're going to make that really quick. So first things first is getting out the little square that has the snowflakes on it, and we're going to stamp the happiest of holidays to you. So just get it into your cherry cobbler ink, center it on here where you'd like it. There we go. And then we're also going to stamp our little white banner, and we're going to do Season's Greetings on this one. So here's my Season's Greetings. I'm just going to put it into my ink pad, get nice and inked, center it on here. There we go. Okay, and then that is going to get attached to a gold ribbon here. So I'm going to put some adhesive on the back of this and just attach it onto our gold ribbon. There we go. Okay, so now we're going to take out the bigger white that has the circle that we're going to take out, and we're going to get the biggest circle on this foam tape. So this is an awesome kit. I really like it a lot, and you can always use so much more of the kit. Oh, make sure that you, oh, is it both? Yeah, this has both sides. So one is raised and one is not. You'll see the pattern on the card, so just decide which one you want to use. There's so much in the kit that isn't specific for a card that you can reuse, which I really like. There's lots of things that you can reuse and make other projects with, even when you're done with the card. Oop, I just messed that up. Make sure to put down your clear window first. Whoopsie. Okay, so take out one of the big clear windows here. Again, we're going to put a little bit of adhesive on every end of this circle just to attach it. Okay, put your clear window down. There we go. Okay, and now put your circle down. So if you're careful, you can take the circle up if you messed up like that, and it will come right up and not rip anything. So just make sure it's fully down. Okay, and now we're going to put some sequins in there. I am going to change this one up and just do a bunch of this white. I really like it. Just makes it look like snow. There we go. We are going to, so this is smaller, so you just have to be careful about how you're putting it down. So we're going to have to adjust our foam circle a little bit just to make it so that you want the paper to not have any holes between the tape and the paper. So let's just readjust here. Okay, a little bit more on this side. If there is like an empty hole where you can still see the tape when the paper is down, that's when you have that issue of some of these sequins coming out when the card is shaken. So with the tape on this glass window, it's easy to maneuver. There we go. Okay, so now that I have it all adjusted, this should go down with no holes. There we go, and you can't see the tape through the outside. There we go. So now we're going to use those lines again, the dimensionals here, foam tape, and we're going to put these around the card here. That way when you put it on the card, it'll be nice and even. All right, so I put 3 down. Just press them down and make sure that they're on there okay, because they do tend to pop up a little bit. Okay, so now we're going to attach that onto our card, and we're going to go a little bit cockeye here. There we go. And then we're going to put this right on there. Put some adhesive on the back. There we go, and I had it hang off just a little bit. So there is another one of all our alternatives. So there are lots of different cards that you can make with this kit. 2 really beautiful shaker cards that came with instructions already, and lots of other cards, and I'd love to see what ideas you come up with. I'm working on a scrapbook page right now with this kit that I'm excited to show you later on when I get it finalized. I hope you liked this video. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it. In the comments below, I'd love to hear if you made any of the alternatives or what you made with your kit. And for those of you that didn't subscribe to this kit, I have some good news. So if you sign up by November 10th, for the next kit, which matches with this kit, so they will go together, you are able to buy the full October kit that you've missed. So you can still get it. If you subscribe to by November 10th for the November box, you can in the shop buy the October 2017 paper pumpkin that you're seeing now. So if you missed it, you can still get it. I'll have the link below over to my paper pumpkin store and also over to my Stampin' Up! Online store, because if you subscribe now, you can then go over to the Stampin' Up! Store and get your paper pumpkin box. So again, I hope you liked this video. Thumbs up, leave a comment. I'd love to hear from you. And for now, keep stamping, Stampers. Bye.